Hello everyone, Big Clingy here in a very weird position. For all of you, this will be the final bonus video of Persona 4 Golden. For me, it's actually the first episode of this series that I'm recording. We're going to be taking on two of the New Game Plus exclusive features. One Persona Fusion and the New Game Plus Superboss. And for that, I've decided to go with a New Game Plus file I prepared earlier. And yeah, wow, it worked out to exactly 150 hours, counting both my first playthrough and this. This is where my first playthrough ended, by the way, so a little under 50 of those hours with a New Game Plus. Anyway, let's load up this file. As you can see, we're on the game's final day. Here we are in the shopping district, about to enter the Velvet Room and get the Orb of Sight. And from here, this is where the unlock point for the New Game Plus Superboss occurs. And it's almost as obtuse as getting the true ending. So, first criteria is, you have to have maxed out the Emperor's social link, which I guess I'll show here. I've done that. Secondly, you have to beat every optional boss at the end of every dungeon. So, every dungeon up to Heaven has an optional boss that only appears at the end after you've completed that dungeon's main storyline. You have to beat all of those. For the third criteria, we first have to progress with the true ending as normal. Then, yeah, you know, truth, blah blah blah, Orb of Sight, blah, we know the drill by now. The truth is in our hands. The true enemy is another facet of you. And it's now started raining. And the totally not suspicious gas station attendant has appeared. But we want to not talk to her. In order to unlock the Superboss fights, you have to have done all those things. You have to also be on a New Game Plus. And in the PS2 version, you had to have got the true ending on your previous playthrough. That is not the case in Golden, though. And the final criteria, you have to enter the Velvet Room again after getting the Orb of Sight, but before talking to the gas station attendant. You must do this now, or you will miss the chance forever. But you'll know that you've got it right when you see Margaret in the room alone.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. I wonder how many times it's been that we've seen each other like this.
Well, for all of you watching this, it would probably have been a long time since we last saw her, but for me, it's been kind of recent.
Apparently, we met for a purpose after all. Do you remember? The Velvet Room is inseparable from the heart of its invited guest. The shape of the room and its residents are selected by my master, based on the number of guests and the destiny.
In this case, we've got a limousine that's driving down a road on the way to the truth, I guess.
But my predecessor is gone from this place for a completely different reason. No one ordered her to leave. She left of her own will to accomplish her own ends.
So, we're getting a plot point brought up here that wasn't really alluded to that much for the rest of this game. Whatever happened to Elizabeth after the events of Persona 3?
Such a thing cannot happen to the residents of the Velvet Room, so I wish to know the reasons behind it. My ultimate aim was to bring that foolish girl to her senses and return her here.
Yeah, good luck with that.
To do so, I had to know why she left, and I felt that the key to understanding rested with you. But now, I'm even more confused. I can't say whether her choice in fact was foolish or not. All residents of the Velvet Room are destined to find themselves. It was true for her as well. Why did she suddenly give up on her quest? That was my greatest worry.
Maybe she didn't give up. Maybe she'd already found her answer.
But then again, maybe my premises were flawed. Maybe she found her answer and so left this place. In which case, my role is not to blindly bring her back, What was it that she gained? And who am I?
Well, that escalated quickly.
What I may receive from you will most likely show me the answer to those questions. That is why fate did not bring a guest who only talks, but one who holds unmatched power. I would like to issue a request to you, not as my master's guest, but a personal request from me to you. Would you fight a match against me? I won't force you, of course. There's no reason for you to go that far.
Well, what a time for that warning to show up. Our controller is already afraid.
After all, if we were to clash, I might sever your thread of destiny.
In other words, you might kill Yu Narukami and leave the world to be assimilated by Izanami. Yeah, that wouldn't end well. Are you sure that's worth soul-searching for?
But encounters always bring change to both sides. If you emerge victorious, you will surely gain something as well.
Sort of.
Please consider the offer carefully before making your decision. Should you opt to accept my request, bring this to me where I will wait.
Yes, we have a written letter of challenge.
I look forward to seeing you again.
So, with the written invitation in our possession, we've unlocked the Superboss fight, and that means we can go ahead and talk to Izanami here to explain to her that our confrontation is going to be put on hold because we have to fight an elevator attendant. Or in this case, a limousine valet. And if we're gonna face our ultimate opponent, it's only fitting that we have the ultimate persona, and Margaret is gonna help us make what will hopefully be the instrument of our own defeat. In the New Game Plus only, you have access to a new option in Fusion. This first unlocks when you unlock cross, pentagon, and hexagon spread during the main story. I'll flash the date that happens on screen because I've kind of forgotten it. But you now have another option, dodecagon spread. And with this spread, we can fuse a very weird assortment of personas to make Izanagi no Okami, the only representative of the World Arcana in this game. So you might be wondering what the deal with all of these personas is. Well, for that, you need to look at the beginning of all their names, and it makes a bit more sense if you treat them as their Japanese names and read the first character. I, sa, na, gi, no, o, ka, mi, tsu, ku, re. That says in Japanese, create Izanagi no Okami. So, let's do that. Izanagi no Okami, as you can see, has a ridiculous number of component personas, and so can inherit a pretty huge number of skills. But in the original PS2 version, he could not inherit anything, so this is actually new to Golden. We can only pass down 4 skills of this enormous assortment that we have, and I already have a plan for what I'm going to pass down. Among all of the skills that I have is Absorb Physical, and I kind of want that. So we'll take that, and you might notice there, the first skill that he'll learn is Agidyne. It just so happens that I can pass down Fire Boost and Fire Amp. This will mean that I won't be able to damage Margaret on certain turns, but we'll get to that later. But I think this will be my main form of damage dealing. I already have Mind Charge, so there's no need to pass that down. But I could go for Spellmaster, or these will wear off quickly. My idea here is either Spellmaster, Matarukaja, or Raku Unda, which I only need the single target version, given that we're only going to be fighting a single enemy. I actually just realized I can easily get Raku Unda via skill card and also Spellmaster, so I might instead want to go for... Yeah, I'll go for Matarukaja, because no one else in the party that I plan on using is gonna have that. So yeah, you better believe this persona is acceptable. Only time you'll ever get to see this animation. and there he is, Izanagi no Okami, the bringer of truth. Izanagi no Okami, or Great God Izanagi, also known as Izanagi no Mikoto, is the true form of Izanagi, one of Japan's 2 creator deities. Descending into the underworld to revive his wife Izanami, upon seeing her horrifying visage, he fled. She cursed the world in response, vowing to kill 1,000 people every day. Izanagi replied that he would make sure 1,500 people were born every day. After cleansing himself of the underworld's filth, he left the world in the hands of the 3 sibling gods born from that ritual, giving the heavens to Amaterasu, the seas to Susanoo, and the night to Tsukuyomi. While the original Izanagi persona's outfit draws inspiration from Japanese delinquents and cheer squads, common stereotypes of its rebellious youth, Izanagi no Okami wears a business suit and tie, representing the protagonist finally making the transition from childhood to adulthood. So, Izanagi no Okami is one of the game's final bonuses, awarded on a New Game Plus for getting the true ending in a previous playthrough. Is he as good as he's cracked up to be? Well, he has some of the best base stats of any persona, resistances to everything except light and dark, and he learns pretty much every skill you'd ever want on him. And in Golden, he can inherit an enormous variety of skills from his component personas. However, he has several downsides. The first is that he's of the World Arcana. While this is cool in theory, in practice there's no world social link, which means he gets no bonus experience on Fusion. He also can't be registered to the Compendium either. And you have to re-level all the way to 91 on a New Game Plus in order to summon him to begin with. Also, unlike Orpheus Telos in Persona 3, Izanagi no Okami is actually not all that optimized for the Superboss, because this Superboss does not instant kill you for having immunities. This makes his elemental affinities vastly outclassed in that fight by the likes of Trumpeter, Beelzebub, and Metatron, among others. He definitely got his chance to shine as DLC in Persona 5 Royal, but that's a story for another day. In his debut game, he's very much a bragging rights reward, albeit a very fun one, and I'm still really glad that he doesn't count towards your compendium percentage. I'm morbidly curious, but I don't think so. And so now we have Yu Narukami's ultimate persona. Okay, and with that, I will see you after I've done a little bit of grinding, because I want my party to be at least level 90 for this, and the people that I'm going to be using aren't quite there yet. So, I think I've done most of my preparations. We can access Heaven by speaking to Rise. And we will see a message when we go through these doors. So that's your indication that Margaret is there. I'll see you at the top. So as you can see here, it's nighttime on the highest floor of Heaven now. So that's your sign that we're ready for the fight. And you might notice that our weapons are a little ridiculous, but there is kind of a reason for that. So let's go over my setup. So firstly, use personas. He is level 99. And I've got Izanagi no Okami here, who has Argidyne and the 2 booster skills, Matarukaja, Spellmaster, Mind Charge, and I gave him Firm Stance via a skill card. This in general is pretty useful for these fights, although if you have the Divine Pillar accessory, you can just use that and save on skill slots. So for my other personas, I have this guy. This is the guy who got me through the majority of my New Game Plus run, and thanks to picking up a lot of Shuffle Time cards, he has cap strength. So, I'm gonna open with Yoshitsune for all of these auto skills. I like to call this auto heat riser. I guess I'll switch to you there. So, I have, well, this is kind of fitting for Persona 4, two forms of the same person. But anyway, I'll show Hallel first. Hallel is mostly here for Salvation and Enduring Soul. I only had room for Enduring Soul on one Persona, and I thought I may as well give it to Hallel. This is going to be basically my panic button. As for good old Lucifer here, he is my other panic button. And I mostly put this on him for two reasons. One, the sheer irony, but also because, technically speaking, I think Medea Rahan is better because I don't think Margaret uses ailments, but I didn't have a Medea Rahan skill card, but I had Salvation, so yeah. Anyway, this is almost invincible Lucifer. He is immune or better to everything except fire. And yeah, for Yu Narukami, that's basically it. I didn't feel like I needed any other personas. Chie has the Metal Getter, which I found while fishing. Very, very high power and 10% less physical damage, so that's pretty much perfect for her. And I've given her the Chakra Ring, and you'll see why once I go over skills. So the Chakra Ring will halve the cost of this from only one use period to I can maybe fit in 3 uses of it. So that'll be kind of helpful. Other than that, pretty standard stuff for Chie. And Yukiko has, I want to use Yukiko in this fight, firstly because I want to go with the party that I didn't use for the final boss, but also because I actually did get all her bike skills in this run, so she has Mind Charge and Mataru Unda. Hi there, Margaret. We accept your challenge.
So you've come.
Now, again, Margaret, you do realise, I know that you told us that the responsibility was on us, but you still bear a little bit of it, because you do realise that if you kill us, the world is doomed. So, just bear that in mind for this fight.
I spoke to my master after you left.
It seems my predecessor also requested a duel from our last guest.
So, for some reason, in Golden, some of Margaret's lines here have a different voice actress, and I'm not sure why, because unlike the Namatame scene in the hospital, none of them refer to Golden exclusive contents.
Though there's no way of knowing whether the boy took her up on the offer.
I called her foolish, but it seems we are kin indeed.
So yeah, I think that's also a different voice actress.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, give me a... No, let's go.
As the one who rules over power, I will fight with the utmost deference to you. Show me what lies beyond a mere exchange of words.
For some reason, that line's become very iconic of Margaret in general.
I am charged with the heat and tension of battle. Now we begin. Don't disappoint me.
Huh? Wasn't she, What the? She's floating? Her power level is insane! Don't tell me you're going to fight her!
So, Rise's speech at the start of this battle is actually different if you're not romancing her. She doesn't get jealous over you knowing Margaret's. That's kind of cool because almost every video of this fight on YouTube is the other version. Anyway, so Margaret has 15,000 HP, but that's kind of a lie, as we'll see later. Her resistances also vary. She'll cycle through the ultimate damaging attacks of every element, and whenever she uses an element, she drains it. So don't use Makarakan. She will then use Mind Charge Megadolon, and while she Mind Charges, she nulls everything, and when she Megadolon, she resists everything. So, Golden didn't really change this fight, except for the fact that it's renamed a few of her attacks, but it did do one significant change, and that is that she now gets 2 actions per turn. And that's actually pretty huge, because every 50 actions, Margaret uses 9,999 damage Megadolon. Now that's not an auto game over. Risei's auto revive and auto revive accessories can still save you, as can Enduring Soul, but it still sets you back quite a lot. So the main goal I find of this fight is to get her down to half health as quickly as possible without wasting a lot of your resources, because you'll need to conserve your resources and your auto revives and those kind of things for later on. So she is vulnerable to criticals, and thanks to her getting 2 actions per turn in Golden, Revolution wears off faster for her than it does for you. That's the problem with debuffing her in this version. She does shake off debuffs more quickly. But yeah, Revolution's a viable strategy, but I'm going to go for Power Charge, though chances are I'm going to do this and then Risei's going to use all allies charge up and focus, because that's just going to be how it goes. I guess Yosuke will just Garodyne. I really wish Yosuke got Debilitate, honestly. Like, that would actually be a really good niche for him. Because he finds himself without a lot to do in this fight to me. I probably should have brought, like, Naoto because she has no weakness, but I'm challenging myself to use the original party only to this. So she's going to start by doing a couple of normal attacks. That's really just to get us to let our guards down. Debilitate is going to wear off, unfortunately, so I think do I Power Charge or do I think I'll just go for a straight Hustle Torby. That's still not a ton of damage, but it's okay enough damage. God's Hand on its own usually does more damage than all hits of a Power Charged Agniastra. And you do want to make sure that her agility is debuffed and yours is buffed at all times, because that basically increases the effectiveness of your evade skills exponentially and stops her from getting a lot of 1-mores. And when she gets a lot of 1-mores, because she does, as you can see here, she will prioritize targeting weaknesses, and when she gets a 1-more, she will use the AoE attack of that element and inflict Dizzy on the down party member.
Senpai, quick, someone heal her!
Just watch.
And I'm actually not getting lucky with my evade skill. Okay, there we go, good, we got an evade ice there. If you let her go too crazy with 1-mores, this can quickly spiral out of control. The more turns she gets, the closer she comes to her ultimate Megadolon, or I guess I can call it Mega Megadolon. That kind of rolls off the tongue. I am actually going to have to... She's in Drain Ice right now. Annoyingly, she doesn't become weak to whatever opposite element of what she's using. I kind of wish she had a, like, soft weakness. Even only, like, 5% more damage would add a little bit of strategy to this fight. So now she's going to use Thunder Rain and then Wind.
Yosuke-senpai!
Just watch.
Man, oh man!
And then she'll go for Mind Charge, which is annoying because, as you'll soon see, she's now immune to everything except Almighty, but at least our buffs wore off, so this gives us the perfect opportunity to stack on more buffs and debuffs. I'm not Power Charged, though. Okay, she's still debilitated. But I think Yukiko still gets one-shotted by this, even with her debuffed and us being buffed. Speaking of us being buffed, never really thought of the Dragon Hustle plus Chakra Ring combo before, but it's actually pretty useful. See, I want to Mind Charge Yukiko, but I need her to defend now, or I'm going to lose her, quote-unquote, Focus Sash. So, I'm going to guard with these two. Because I obviously want to keep Focus Sash for later. Please, all allies charge up and focus. That would be great. Hey, all allies charge up and focus. Nice. And there's Arda using, Now, this is actually the second time,
Quick, someone heal her!
Well, technically the first time, because I fought Justine and Caroline, like, in my personal playthroughs earlier than this, but yeah. Technically the first time a Velvet Room attendant is using, Arda for an ultimate attack. Because I'm pretty sure Justine and Caroline do that as well, but that's for their instant kill, don't be so cocky attack. Guess while I'm on the subject of Justine and Caroline, Okay, we are charged up and focused, so I may as well go for this. I guess, yeah, while we're on that subject... I don't really want to waste a B chain. Because you're gonna... Oh, you're Drain Fire, so I have no reason not to use Salvation with Yukiko this turn. Always good to check what immunity she's got up at the given time. But yeah, every Velvet Attendant in their Superboss fights has a specific theme to the personas they use. So Elizabeth's... She had a few Norse personas, but she was a little bit all over the place. But then again, she was the first.
Discard any concern you may have for me. You will honor me by fighting as though you mean to kill. To hold back would be nothing short of insulting.
Well, I hope you're prepared to eat a lot of hustle tobbies then.
Stand this. There.
Theodore, in his Superboss fight in Portable, uses mostly Judeo-Christian personas, things like the Angels and Beelzebub. Justine and... Oh, I'm already charged up and focused, so you are not... Okay, good, you're not resistant to physical, let's go. This should do a lot. Yep, an awful lot of damage. But we're still not at the halfway point yet. Okay, so she's gonna go for Wind next, which can't knock us down, and then Power Charge, which means she'll be, unfortunately, in Null Everything mode next turn, so I can buff then. I may as well just God's Hand you now. But yeah, Justine and Caroline use, like, cute-looking low-level personas as kind of a don't underestimate someone based on appearance thing. While Margaret, her theme is Bishonen, basically. In Ultimax, she's even called the sadistic stud-keeping secretary.
How long has it been since I've felt this invigorated? My apologies, but I'm even more eager to defeat you now.
So that means she's hit 50% health, and when she's at 50% health, she's scripted to do the following.
Just watch.
She uses Morning Star with Hallel, yet another Bishonen. Which is weirdly weak, but then she uses Diarahan to fully heal herself. Okay, no longer debilitated, let's go for this. So this is where the real fight begins. She hasn't really changed up any of her patterns, but now you want to focus on depleting her HP as fast as possible. And that actually broke her earlier pattern of being in Mind Charge Megadolon mode, so she's now not Null Everything, but she's resistant to everything, so I might as well use this as a buff turn. I guess I'll do this just for a little bit of healing. This is going to free up Yukiko's turn to use Mind Charge. Now, depending on whether she resumes her pattern from where it was before or not, she might actually go back to Mind Charge. No, she's going for normal attacks. That's annoying though, because it means that she hasn't switched her persona, so she's still in Resist Everything mode. Which I really hate it when that happens. But yeah, she's still in Resist Everything mode. So it's kind of a waste to go for this, but I'm going to go for the damage anyway. Because we got an all charged up and focused. But yeah, it's always annoying when she doesn't switch up. I like that she changes her resistances when she changes personas. It's just kind of a nice nod to the way that it works for you, but it's annoying when she gets stuck on Resist Everything or worse, Null Everything, and you just can't do anything at all. At least I get to show off Mind Charge Yukiko. Okay, yeah, there's Divine Vacuum, and that annoyingly means that you're going to go into Mind Charge.
Don't let me down.
At least this gives me an opportunity to debilitate you. Like, that's one thing I like about the Null Everything phase, is that it's basically telling you, look, if you want to buff, do it now. So we'll take that opportunity. It is kind of annoying that I have to just use you for Debilitate when I would rather be Power Charge Hustle Torbying with him. But that defense debuff and that especially accuracy debuff really, really helps going forward. Yeah, you're now Null Everything. I'm going to actually use this to raise up Chier's SP. So, yeah, this file's a little bit weird in that I mostly have... Oh, also I came prepared. I mostly have just, random items from nighttime events, because I just kind of rushed this New Game Plus file. I suppose I'll Mind Charge you. Oh right, she's Mega Dollar Oning, isn't she? So, I think Yukiko just used up, oh, I think Chie used up her quote-unquote Focus Sash as well. No, we're okay. Okay, that's good. I'm guessing that's healing? Yep, healing.
Just watch.
Okay, this is unfortunate because she's gonna be... Okay, yeah, she's gonna be stuck on this, so Yukiko is stuck healing this turn, or debilitating your strength. Speaking of the wrong type of game. I am Mind Charged. I can go for an Ice Amp Bufu Dime with Lucifer if I wanted to. I'm just gonna try this and see how much it does. I doubt it will do a lot. No, that's solid damage. Chie, on the other hand, though, are you, No, you're not power charged anymore, so I guess you can charge yourself. And, I forget it. Is Yosuke still power charged? I mean, Yukiko's salvationing this turn anyway, so I may as well not. Yeah, he's obviously still power charged.
I am thou.
Mataru Unda is kind of nice as well, because it means that her attack decrease stays for longer when the rest of her debilitate wears off.
Don't let me down.
Okay, Niflheim. I had a feeling that would happen.
Are you okay?
I don't think that kills Yukiko,
Yukiko Senpai needs help.
but all of your stuff wears
Just
off.
watch.
Okay, that's good. Right. Should I Salvation? There's a decent chance that either Yosuke or Chie will do, like, Wake Up Slap on Yukiko this turn, but I don't know if I should really take that risk. Because I would really, really like to... I don't know if I should be going for Debilitate now. So the problem is, I either go for Power Charge, Hustle Tobbies with you for the rest of the fight, and not Debilitate, but that's gonna hurt the damage output of the rest of the party, is the thing. I think I'll try this for a few turns and see if it gets me anywhere. Okay, and I correctly predicted that somebody would do that. And you're still power charged, so let us throw a big fat hand in your face. Yeah, that's still very good damage. I don't want to waste my B chain, but I could stand to use like a high HP recovery item. I only have one of these. I don't know if that was a great decision, but you are Mind Charge. Yeah, you are. And she's Power Charge as well, but it's not like that means much.
Don't let me down.
So I guess full disclosure, this is actually a redo of the fight because I did win once, but it turned out that I accidentally had a damage setting on damage given high, as well as damage taken high. Yes, this is a free turn to debilitate. Because, like, that's how I was rushing through the New Game Plus file. So I accidentally made the fight a lot easier than it was supposed to be. So now I've got the settings on proper hard mode settings. Damage given low, damage taken high. Which actually makes this way harder because the longer you take to beat her, the worse things get for you. So that's kind of the main strategy of this fight. You are null, yeah, you are null everything. So I'm just going to... I should probably heal up Chie's SP a little bit.
Thank you.
She doesn't need it for a lot, but... Okay, she's Mega Doloning. I actually need to Salvation. Because otherwise Yukiko will die. And, I have not used any focus... I mean, they're technically focus bands, not focus sashes, but... I mean, I like to call it focus sash anyway. I haven't used anyone's focus sashes yet. So that's good. Because if you use up all of them too early... I haven't used up Rise's everyone, everyone's attacks, block attacks on the whole party is what I meant. I haven't used that yet. Okay, I'm using this with, debuff on her anyway. Okay, yeah, gonna need a few more of those.
Persona!
I don't know if this will be all allies charged up and focused because Yukiko's weak. Oh, hey, it was! Nice. Okay, I will then, I mean, it's not really that much of a benefit to Yukiko right now because she's forced to Salvation, which is actually not bad, honestly, because she's a little weak on HP, but yeah. I will do this then. Doesn't really matter which one I do, but, okay, she's almost down to half again. I actually did fail this once on hard mode settings. I think I'm doing a lot better now. Basically, like, you need to be paying attention to what's happening. And what everyone's buffs are at.
Don't let me down.
And all of your social link abilities, like which of them are activated and which haven't. Okay, I am actually getting luckier with the evade skills, admittedly. But that's luck's probably going to run out because this is going to happen. Actually, Yosuke's pretty evasive. Nope, spoke too soon.
Don't let me down.
Yep, there's Divine Vacuum. At the very least, though, it means that, yeah, she's vulnerable to Yukiko at this point. Yeah, I think I just really have to make sure I have Debilitate on her at all times. And it's mostly for the accuracy. Of course, sooner or later, she's going to use her Mega Dollar on. Okay, you're no longer power charged, but I don't feel I have the luxury because she's going to... Yeah, I don't think I have the luxury to...
Here goes.
I noticed that, like, too late. Oh, that was a bad time to do that. Well, at least this will probably reverse it. Wow, I feel stupid now. Like I said, you have to pay attention. Wait, did she just... I thought she only did Hustle Toby when she was on, well, I mean, that was a pathetic Hustle Toby, but still. Huh, that's interesting. I thought, okay, I guess it's, like, total damage thing. I read that she only did Power Charge Hustle Toby when she was at 25% health, but no, it seems like she does it when she's at 50% on her, effectively second health bar. And yeah, when she's in Yoshitsune mode, she drains physical, so your own Yoshitsune is not particularly effective against her. Yeah, she doesn't drain fire right now, and I kind of want to capitalize on that. So, I'm going to Salvation with you.
Persona.
Using Lucifer for irony points. Okay, so... Next turn, she's going to go Fire, unless she's on, like, I'm not counting the turn, so unless she's on 909 Megadolon, but she's going to go Fire. Okay, we are still all buff with Dragon Hustle. Next turn, she's going to go Fire, and then she's going to go Ice. So Yukiko will be effective next turn. Can't God's Hand anyway, so might as well Power Charge. Okay, now Yosuke can make up for his pathetic failure last turn. Which is not Yosuke's fault, by the way. It was entirely my fault. I was really dumb then. And I either want to Mind Charge or I'm going to Burning Petals. Because next turn she's going to be in Ice mode, I think. Oh wow, that's way less than a Mind Charge version. Oh, that's not good.
Just watch.
Well, I mean, at least that's 0 damage to Yukiko. Okay, what are you doing? I'm guessing it's HP heal? No, charge up and focused, okay. That's a bit of a weird time to be doing that.
Just watch.
Oh, great, she lost her Debilitate right before using that, which... Oh, nice one. Good evade ice there. Okay, so we are all charged up and focused. The problem is she's no longer debilitated. And I just power charged Chie, so yeah. But she's currently in, oh, and you're still dizzy. And, oh, my buffs are gone. That was too little too late, Yosuke. Okay, that kind of sucks. At least this will give us buffed evasion. But I was really hoping for somebody to wake up Chie that turn. Because now we're at a little bit of a disadvantage. I'll do this anyway, even though I'm not attack buffed. Because every bit of damage counts.
Don't let me down.
Thunder Rain. Okay, Vadalec's fine. Yeah, I think she's not using like not using the single target version of that because no one's weak to it, which is just kind of interesting. The multi-target attacks are, well, I mean, I actually don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it should be kind of obvious. Her multi-targeting ultimate damage skills are exclusive to her, which is kind of cheating. Finally, in Persona 5, you can actually learn multi-target versions of the severe tier spells, but not in this game. They're all Margaret only. I've noticed she's actually never used the multi-targeting electric skill, which is probably a good thing because it has a name that's very, very unfortunate these days. I mean, it's a name that's, like, misinterpreted. I'm not going to do that again. That's definitely misinterpreted because I need to heal Yukiko's SP, I just realized, so Yosuke's going to have to be item caddy again, and I think I'll soul food. Because it's actually just Arabic for struggle. It doesn't mean what a lot of people think it means, but yeah. Still probably would not have been put into a translation today.
How marvelous. Even Elizabeth never backed me this far into a corner.
And considering Elizabeth's a way harder bonus boss than you, that's saying something.
Now show me. Show me what lies beyond battles. Don't let me down.
Okay, she's going for Hustle Toby. Like, she's got to be close to Mega Dollar on phase. And by phase, I mean one attack that instantly wipes you. Okay, yeah. Yosuke and Yukiko just use their focus sashes. But it's kind of amazing that I've gone this far into the fight without having to use them yet. So, you and Chie still have... No, wait, yeah. Yeah, Yu's is Risei's final social link ability, and Chie still has hers. Except Chie, at this point, is useless, because, yeah, that's a bit annoying. So in that case, Chie is going to use my B chain. If I can find it. There it is. Well, my one of 3 B chains. Because that frees up Yukiko to, I think Yukiko... Is Yukiko still mind charged? I honestly forget at this point.
Let's do this.
Pretty sure Yosuke still was. No, you're not mind charged. But I'm gonna burning... yeah, I will mind charge. Because if things go right, she's gonna be an ice this turn. Yeah, there's Ragnarok. Still my favorite Marvel movie. Might actually not be by the time this goes up. We might be getting more Marvel movies by the time this goes off. Up. Yukiko, please dodge. There we go, good. Okay, she's debuffed. I am not power charged. But I kind of want to hustle Toby anyway, but... So my buffs, I don't think my buffs have worn off. That is the thing, can I afford to leave Chie dizzy right now? I will see what happens if I leave Chie dizzy. Shaving off more of her health, she's getting down, she's in her injured animation.
Persona.
Is this going to be status effect cure? Oh, hey, charge up and focus, that's good.
Up we go.
But, too little too late, Yosuke, again! Okay, she's in Drain Ice. I think Brave Blade actually does slightly more.
Persona.
Yeah, it does do slightly more. And by slightly more, I mean about 150 damage more. Okay, so she's going to be going Electric Wind this turn. So, Chie's kind of in danger, but she still has her Focus Sash.
Don't let me down.
I don't think anyone will die to that. Nope, okay. She is very low, but I can't debilitate. I don't have enough SP to do that. This could actually be a serious issue because I think my buffs are gonna wear off really soon. Or are they? I've lost track of my... I'm wishing this was Persona Q where you can actually see the buff timer. Because I need one of us to have more SP. Oh, we're charged up and focused too. I'm gonna do this. Like, this could be a disaster. Oh, that was actually pretty good damage. Yeah, my buffs are gone. Okay.
Light won't work.
And she's not debuffed, but she's so close!
I'll finish you.
This could be a problem. She's very close though. I might be able to do this. I can't see Yosuke's buffs though. I know I've used that one, so I can't Odine because she's in Wind Drain mode.
Really hurt.
So in that case, just for safety, you're going to use another line bead chains. You know, it'd be really, really darkly hilarious if this turn turned out to be Mega Dolon. I kind of forget if you're Mind Charge or not. I feel like you actually are. No, you're not. Okay, no, it's just Hustle Toby.
Withstand this.
Some people are probably going to die to this, though. No, they're not! Good time for that to kick in. See, that is why I said you have to conserve your resources, including your social link abilities, because you need them later in the fight. I have not used Izanagi nor Okami at all.
Persona.
That's changing now. Wow, that was Mind Charge, I'm pretty sure, because I was still charged up, and I am Well, thankfully that didn't do much damage.
Here goes.
Now I can do this. Oh, she's got to be so close. She's like beyond close. Come on, Yukiko, please do it. Come on. No, she's still hanging in there, and she still hasn't hit her Mega Dolon. Oh, great, there's Chie's Focus Sash gone, which means Chie is now dead. Because there's no dodging this, she's on the ground.
Withstand this. Come on, get up.
Oh, please miss. There we go. Yukiko is being great with that Evade Ice. Like, I have absolutely no clue how close she is to being down, but I can try. She's got to be close. That is terrible. That is exceedingly terrible. She's not immune to physical.
Let's do this.
Come on. Oh, nice one! Yosei actually did it! Wow, okay. I guess that's kind of fitting. So, yeah, that is Margaret defeated. On hard mode, that fight is not trivial, but on anything lower, it's actually pretty easy at anything above level 90. So, yeah, you've got to be paying attention to what stage she's in and all of that. But, yeah, I will now be cutting to footage from my attempt when I was accidentally on easy mode.
While we were fighting, I recalled the fairy tale that girl told me once.
Before that girl left, she told me this.
Yeah, once again, Margaret has gets possessed by somebody else and starts speaking with a different voice.
A soul slumbers at the ends of the world, that of a young man who devoted himself to becoming a seal. That soul is risking itself to prevent mankind, who has lost the joy of living, from calling down ultimate destruction.
So, one of the very few explicit Persona 3 callbacks in P4. And I think back in the day, this was like the first confirmation of the protagonist's actual fate.
She told me that she was going to save him from that fate.
Because it was actually kind of vague what had happened to him in the original release of Persona 3.
To tell the truth, I wondered what sort of nonsense she was speaking. But no, she was serious.
Yeah, considering how strong Elizabeth is, if anyone can do it, it's her.
She said if she couldn't do it alone, she would combine her powers with those who bonded with that soul to enact a miracle.
Yeah, this seems to be some kind of setup for a spin-off game, but when they finally did get around to addressing this plot point in Arena, and maybe in Dancing in the Moonlight, they didn't really go in that direction.
Maybe all that she said was the truth. And that was her reason for leaving the Velvet Room.
So, basically, she got seduced by Gary Stu, and now she is utterly devoted to saving him.
She must have come to realize what I now understand. You, a human, one against me, one who rules over power. You have shown me one's potential. Those who search for themselves are no one as long as the search continues. It is an emptiness, but limitless potential. It means the seeker can choose to be anything he or she wishes.
That's basically what the wildcard power is.
That's why she made a choice.
I had planned to bring her back by force, but I won't interfere with her anymore. Her wish seems staggering to contemplate, but fortunately the chains of time are loose for us residents. Even if there isn't time enough in a single era and it takes her eons, she will accomplish her mission.
This boy she took such a fancy to. I'm somewhat curious as to what kind of human he must be.
Oh boy, he was something, alright.
Your victory was truly amazing, and I must thank you. Of all the humans I've encountered until now, you shook my soul the most. This is proof of my reverence. Please accept it.
We got the spiral bookmark. Guess what it does? If you said absolutely nothing, you're right. This is a pure bragging rights reward and nothing more.
With that much power and will, you can overcome any obstacle.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing Izanami's gonna be a complete joke at this rate.
Should you ever run up against your limits and feel you cannot overcome your boundaries, you'd be lying to yourself. Simply recall today's victory. There's no need to worry. Even if you should lose everything, your soul will not be isolated.
And if that does happen, just as she did for the other boy, I shall do for you.
Which Margaret is the one talking here?
Well then, I will return to the Velvet Room and take up my original duties. Let us meet again.
It is admittedly kind of awkward that they had to redub some lines. But yeah, with that, we get 2 more trophies, one of them being the Platinum. On this profile, at least. Hopefully I'll be using a different profile for the main playthrough, so I'll be able to show the achievements. I just need to figure out how to sign out of this one. But at least I got to show the Platinum trophy on camera. With that, let's head back to the entrance. Not with soul food. Yeah, with that, we have defeated... I guess I can show the description of the spiral bookmark. Yeah, here it is. Margaret's precious bookmark. That's it. Yeah, basically just a useless reward that's for pure bragging rights. So, I'm in a bit of a weird position again. For me, this is the first time I'm commentating on Persona 4, but for all of you, this will be the end of a likely very long series. I have no idea when this will be uploaded, but when it is, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you for whatever comes next.